Hi, my name is Tony Van Veen. I'm CEO of Discmakers. Welcome to the second video in Discmakers series about music copyrights and royalties. If you missed the first video, you can find a link in the description underneath this video. The first video covers the various rights and most common royalties that are included in your music. Today I'm going to answer a question that I've gotten repeatedly over the years from artists. Should I pay to officially copyright my songs? I want to start by saying that I am not a lawyer. I've just been around music rights for long enough to be dangerous. So my first advice to you, if you ever find yourself in a thorny copyright situation, is don't take your advice from some CEO in a YouTube video. Seek advice from an experienced music attorney. Now, I've gotten many questions, and I'm going to answer a bunch of them, all related to copyright registration. So, first question is this. All right, so when is my work actually protected? So, according to the US Copyright Office, your work is under copyright protection, and this is in their words, the moment it is created and fixed in a tangible form that is perceptible either directly or with the aid of a machine or device. In plain English, as soon as you have recorded your song in some form, either written in tablature or an audio or video recording, your copyright is established. If you save it on a hard drive, if there's a timestamp on it, that's the equivalent today of the poor man's copyright, if you can prove your ownership. So the next question is, do I have to pay to copyright my songs with the US Copyright Office? And the answer is no. In general, registration is voluntary. But as you just heard, the copyright exists from the moment the work is created. But the trick, of course, is to potentially prove your ownership and the date that you created your songs in order to license them, or, God forbid, should you need to go to court to bring an infringement suit. Because you can only file an infringement lawsuit if you have registered and if the Copyright Office has made its final decision about your application. So why should I register my songs if copyright protection is automatic? Well, registration is recommended for a number of reasons. Some people choose to register their works because they wish to have the facts of their copyright on the public record and have a certificate of registration. But more importantly, registered works may be eligible for statutory damages and attorney's fees in successful litigation if you have to go to court. And these fees can be as high as $150,000 per willful infringement. In fact, in March of 2019, the US Supreme Court mandated that copyright registration is required before you can file an infringement suit. So how do I register? Well, the direct way to do so online is with the US Copyright Office at www.copyright.gov. Here's the thing. The copyright.gov site asks rather technical questions, and frankly, it's not very user-friendly for the average songwriter or musician to navigate. So, at Discmakers, we've partnered with a company called Cosigned to make the process much easier and much more intuitive. They walk you through step-by-step, asking some simple questions and get you through the whole process. You can find the link to register at www.discmakers.com/copyright. There is a modest additional fee per application, but in my opinion, it's worth it for the convenience to have them prepare, review, and e-file your application. And they'll also work with the Copyright Office to answer any questions and sort out any kinks that may come up with your application during the 3 to 7 months that it can take to complete the process. So, what does it cost to register? Well, this is where things get really pretty confusing. And frankly, I want to warn you now, I won't be able to fully explain it here. But here's a summary for an electronic filing fee with the US Copyright Office in May of 2020, because these fees do tend to change. For $45, you can register one work, not made for hire, if you are the only author and claimant. For $65, you can register one or more songs that have been released. and that have multiple authors or owners. So you can register a single, you can register an album, so long as the authors and owners for all the songs are the same. Then for $85, you can register multiple songs that have not yet been released. They don't have to be part of an album, but they must have been created the same year. And there's a number of factors here that will make one price more favorable than another, and what kind of price and license you have to apply for, or copyright you have to apply for. So when you register at discmakers.com/copyright, the questionnaire will automatically steer you to the fee structure that is optimal for you, most favorable for what you're trying to register. So, do I need to provide split information when I register? No. The Copyright Office doesn't ask for split information, but they do need to know if there are multiple rights holders, the legal names of every owner, their citizenship, and their legal address. So there you go. In summary, you are automatically covered once you create and record your composition. But in order to prove it definitively and be able to file an infringement claim, you need to be officially registered with the US Copyright Office. So in my opinion, the easiest way to do that and do it correctly is by going to discmakers.com/copyright. All right, next week, we will continue our series on music copyrights and royalties, and we'll start discussing the first of the 5 main types of royalties you can collect, how you can get paid for your rights to your sound recording. I'll see you then.